Do your comics have an old, musty smell to them? Let's talk about how you can fix that. While you're at comic book hunting, you kind of come across a little bit of everything. Sometimes you're at a flea market, sometimes you're at a comic book store, sometimes you're buying someone's collection. Whatever it may be, you find a huge variety of grades and types of comics and years and ages and all kinds of stuff. One thing that I kind of, you notice the second you see a book is now you smell it. Sometimes you can smell a book. And don't get me wrong, I love the smell of old comics. There is a smell that is natural to the old paper, and then there's a smell that's more musty and more disgusting, something that you just really don't want for your personal collection. So there is a way that you could possibly get it out. That doesn't always work. Sometimes you have to do, multiple treatments in a row. But, I've done this with big keys. I've done this with run fillers, just stuff I wanted in my personal collection, stuff I wanted to sell. And sometimes you just don't want that smell in your box. You kind of notice it right away. I have allergies, kind of sets me off a little bit. But I always kind of have a smell box. Right now it's only a lid because I've been working my way through what it's been. But, I got some nice books, some keys that are a little bit smelly. This store, what's it, 126? It's got some problems to it. I don't believe it has mold on it, though. But I do need to take a closer look to see if this has mold on it before I mix it in with the PC. But it does have this horrible smell to it. So this is one of the books that I gotta, throw in the stink tank. I want to get into in a second how you go about fixing the smell in this guy here. But before I do, I'm gonna just run through a couple books just kind of show you. And it's kind of hard to be able to give you like a before and after because you can't smell through the phone. But like I bought this Bugs Bunny book and a stack of books with like a second JSA and Silver Age and books like that. But so this is kind of like a cover book sort of. Something you don't want to just buy the keys. You want to throw in a couple other books. And that's just kind of how I landed with that book. But Blaze of Six Guns, cool cover. I love to throw this in my boxes. Love to read it. I can't even read it because it sets up my allergies. First period's the century, not the century you think, but this century. FF with 64. That's got to get folded over. That's attached. It's just got to get folded over. But this needs to go in the stink tank. And this is a great book. First print, actually, I don't know, this is not a first print. Still, it's a Zap Comics, it's a really tough to find, and it needs a good stink tank, because I can smell it through the baggy board, And then we got the last couple of books here, a Journey 125, last issue of Journey into Mystery, before it goes over into the Thor title. Again, smell it through the bag. You've got a Superboy, number 99, this is a great cover. But this one's really bad, honestly. This one's one of the worst ones. And the problem is, with some of these, it's really low grade. I don't know if you can see how chipped up the spine is. So you got to be careful when you're putting these in the system I use, at least. And then I've got a First Amethyst. I pick this book up all the time. But again, it has the old comic smell. So when you're out and about and you got, maybe minor keys, maybe you got some nice Silver Age books, you got some keys, you've got even run fillers. You know what I mean? Maybe they've got a little stink to them. So one thing you could do is you can go to your dollar store. Don't buy the $20 box, the $30 box. Buy the $5, $10 tub of non-scent kitty litter. You got to make sure it's non-scent kitty litter. This is the bag that I use. At least the bag that I just recently picked up. I kind of use whatever is the cheapest at the time and go from there. But, so let's jump into what exactly you do. So once you got your kitty litter, you need a tub like this, and you need some sort of a rack to set the books up on. I have a kitchen cooling rack for when you make cookies in there. It's really not the best way to do it because you can run into a problem where there might be impressions put onto the book if you use something like that. But you put down some parchment paper or maybe, a board on top of the book. This way there's no impressions. And don't, put any weight on it. Just put it in this relatively sealed container. And you want kitty litter on the bottom. See, I got about a quarter of an inch worth of kitty litter and a little bit less than that. Kitty litter at the bottom of the box. Basically, you want that, and you put this on, and say you put it on your bed. You put it, next to your rack. I keep it next to my rack back here. I keep it under these shelves, and I check on it in a week. If it still smells, you leave it in there. couple more days later, maybe you have to, take out the kitty litter, take out the book, swap out the kitty litter. This is kind of trash. If you have cats, you could probably still use it. I don't know. I'm allergic to cats, so it does me no good. So you should just chuck it. And because once it absorbs the scent, it can't really do a whole lot more. And then you just put more kitty litter in, and it's time for another round of books. Or it's time to put the same book back in. And usually after 1 or 2 treatments, smells almost always gone. Now, one thing you can do is you can open up the centerfold and lay it out like that. Or maybe if you have a stack of books, you just take by the bag of boards, stack them. I've done both. I've noticed that if you do the stack of books, you might have to do a second treatment on the books on the top, or they might still have a little bit of smell to them, but not nearly as bad as before. So you really don't want to do more than 2, maybe 4 or 5 books at a time like that. 5, you know what I mean? Well, I used to be rows of 2s, I guess, in the way I do it. But either way, but if you have, you got bigger books, you probably just want to open up the centerfold, or you want to open up the first page and lay it down real nice on that parchment paper, on that backing board, and just kind of let it breathe out. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that, and we'll wrap it up. All right, so we're loaded up here with brand new kitty litter, and I've got a Zap Comics number 0. The only problem with this is, if you had it in a bagging board before, it's kind of worth just chucking it, because the smell does adheres to the board of the bag, and there's really, I've never had any experience trying to kitty litter the bag board. It's usually just worth chucking it. Basically, you could either lay it like this, and lay it like that. This is a shorter book, so, you can kind of fit it in even better. Or you could open it up to the center and lay it open like, I'm trying to do this with one hand here. There we go. Open it, leave it like that. And then all you do is you put this guy back on top. You got your book in there, and you just let it sit for a couple days and see what happens. So I've recorded this way in advance. It's the 24th that I've recorded this. So in about a week from now, I guess probably this video is going to go up. And I'll probably post a YouTube short, checking up on the books, seeing, is the smell there? You're not going to report on, a week basis on, all right, is the smell there? No, do I just swap out the kitty litter? And we'll go from there, kind of giving you guys a breakdown in real time. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope this answers some of your questions. There's some other things you try to figure out about comic books, some fun video ideas I think I should tackle. Let me know down in the comments below if you've tried this before, if you think there's another way to get smell out of comics. Also, let me know down in the comments below. I'm always down to find out, new nuggets information and try stuff out. But if you aren't already, follow me here on Facebook and Instagram for more daily content. I post something on all 3 platforms every single day. You get new shorts coming up every day. You got posts pretty much everywhere. So go check that out and join the Facebook group Fandoms Unleashed for more daily content. You got behind the scenes look at Connor's comics, great inside discussions to just talk about really whatever in the culture. So all of that's linked down in the description below, and I hope you all enjoy it. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.